Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. We are going to make an arrangement that's going to go in front of a podium. So this would be the perfect style arrangement to go to a wedding or to be placed on the altar for a church service. It's a one-sided arrangement. And so what that means is all of the flowers are going to face you. There will not be any flowers on the back side. They're all going to face the front. So we're going to get started. This is a plastic urn container that we have here at the flower shop. We bought these just from a local wholesaler. I am not exactly sure. He is a guy, it's M&M Wholesale. And he comes by on a truck and he sells containers and baskets and such, some pretty ribbon. But we got these and they're actually plastic containers, but I love them. They're so nice looking. We've taken and placed 2 blocks of fresh floral foam. We have one full block in the center, and then we've cut up the second block to kind of wedge that center block in. It has been soaked, and then it's been taped into place, and you can see Kelly actually taped it in with 3 strips of tape just to make sure it was going to stay in place. We filled the reservoir with fresh water, so it will have plenty of water and it won't get too thirsty. The problem often with using a container and using fresh floral foam is the container really needs to have a pretty good reservoir because the flowers really get thirsty and often people forget to water them. So if you can build your arrangement in a container that has a really good reservoir, that would be fantastic. You're going to have happier flowers for longer. I'm going to take some Jade. So Jade is just a type of palm branch, and I am going to fan this arrangement out with my Jade. I'm going to take my floral knife. It's just a foldable floral knife. They are wonderful. I took it, cut that stem at an angle, and I am just going to pop this Jade right in, push it right into that foam. The next thing we're going to do is add our Bells of Ireland. So Bells of Ireland are just a really pretty line flower. Now the client asked that this arrangement be designed in maroon and white. So that's our local.
Sorry.
You're making so much noise.
I was trying to be helpful. Sorry.
Okay, so next what we're going to do is add Bells of Ireland. Now the client asked that this arrangement be done in maroon and white, but I did not happen to have any white line flowers, so I'm going to use this pretty green. So Bells of Ireland always, most often, come with these little green leaves in the tip. I'm just going to pinch that off. Now I just pinch that off because to me it looks nicer, but if you like it, leave it on there. It's not going to hurt a thing. All right, so I'm going to take it. Now you see my center line is taller, and then I kind of stair step down with my next 2. I like to use about 5 stems of line flower often in an arrangement like this. So I have my center line the tallest, and then I kind of stair step with the second 2. And then the fourth stem, I'm going to kind of come out to the side. And then the 5th stem, I'm going to go with the opposite side, just like that. So there's our line flower. It kind of stays in the same fan shape. Next we're going to come in with a focal flower or a mass flower. So one of the mass flowers that I like a lot is a white hydrangea. Or it doesn't have to be white, just a hydrangea. So I am going to take it. I remove the sleeve. I'm going to kind of fluff him up. And I'm going to take my floral knife, cut that stem at an angle, and I'm going to start with my bottom bloom. I'm going to take my second bloom. I'm stripping that foliage because it keeps my flower more hydrated. When you strip that foliage, the water goes directly to the head. I'm going to take my second stem, and I am just going to come up a little higher than my first. I'm going to take my, I don't need my Lazy Susan because I don't need to turn it. And then I'm going to take a third stem. I'm thinking, should I put him? Yeah, I think I'm going to put him kind of over here to the side of the first stem. All right, so there's our 3 stems of hydrangeas. Next, we're going to come in with our white mums. So these are called Magnum mums. Look how large and showy that mum is. Such a pretty white mum. So we're going to come in with these, and let me stand back and kind of look at it. So I have 3. So I'm almost thinking we'll put one here, maybe one here, and one here. But we'll play with it first. I think for sure we're going to go up top. So about there. I'm going to cut that stem at an angle. So I always like to hold that flower up, kind of look, see where he needs to go, and then insert him into the arrangement. So there's our first mum. I'm stripping the foliage off that stem, cutting him at an angle, and he's going to stair step right about here. There's our second mum. And then I'm not sure, do I want him here or here? I think I want him here. So see how you're just going to hold it up and think about it for a second, or hold him over here and think about it. I do think I like him here, but if I don't, we could always move him over there. Now the one thing you have to be careful with when working with floral foam is you want to be intentional. Meaning, if you put it there, you really want it to stay, because if you stick it in and pull it out and stick it in and pull it out, you're going to tear up the foam. So try your best to be intentional with where you're going to place that flower. All right, I think that works. So I tucked that mum over here to the side, and I think that's pretty. You see how full and pretty, and I have kind of a cluster of my hydrangeas and a line of those mums. Next we're going to come in with some beautiful red roses. So this is perhaps my favorite red rose. I don't know, there's lots of pretty varieties, but this is the variety that we usually carry here at our shop. So this is called a heart rose, and I think the reason I love it so is because it's got such a large petal count. So when it opens, it looks just like a garden rose. It just has tons of petals, and it opens so large. If you look at it really closely, you can kind of see how the petals kind of form a little heart there in the center, and that's the reason they called it a heart rose. But it is such a lovely rose. It is a dark red, and we actually took and added a touch of maroon paint to this rose so that it would have that maroon color that our client asked for. So we're going to take these roses and kind of come all the way through this arrangement. I believe I have 6 total stems, so I'm going to come with height first. So I'm taking that stem, cutting it at an angle, and I'm pressing him right down into that foam. So there's our first, if I can get him straight. There's our first rose there, okay? My second rose, I'm going to come down right there in the center. I'm just going to do a stair step, but I don't want to cover my mom here. So there's my second one. My third rose is going to come here, right here in this empty space. So cut that stem at an angle and tuck that rose in that empty space. If I can get him in there. There we go. Okay, so you see my 3 roses coming down the center. I have 3 more. So here's an empty space here. I think we're going to tuck one there. And then we have another empty space over here. Tuck one there. And then I think we're going to stair step one more and come down here to the center of the arrangement with our 6th rose. So we kind of went all over in this arrangement with our roses. So you see that pretty maroon is everywhere, all throughout the arrangement there. Okay, there's our red roses. Now our maroonish color. Next we do have more maroon. So this works out beautifully. We have maroon hypericum berries. So hypericum berries are also called coffee berries, but they come in lots of fun colors. We just happen to have some maroon. They come in like a peach, they come in a pink, they come in a bright red and a maroon, so lots of beautiful colors. Now we use hypericum berries year round. We just like them. I love the texture of a hypericum berry in an arrangement, and I think they're such an added pop. They're really fun. So I am just going to take these hypericum berries and we're just going to kind of go throughout this arrangement and add a little more of a pop of that maroon here and there. And I'm using these berries almost as a filler flower. You can kind of see they're just kind of filling in the empty spaces. All right, and then the final touch is going to be the final flower, and then I have a little bit of eucalyptus. We're going to use some white buttons. So white button mums, they're actually in the same family as these magnum mums are. They're just a spray mum, and buttons almost look just like the button for your shirt or the button for your pants. It's just a little round disc mum. So pretty, so fun, and just an added texture. Again, it's all about the different textures in your arrangement. So I have 3 stems of these, so I'm just going to kind of scatter them throughout where I think we need just a pop of color. Now buttons also come in tons of colors, lots of colors, like a pink, a maroon in the fall. They come in green and white, lavenders and yellows, all the pretty colors. And they're long lasting, so that's even better. It's so much fun to have a long lasting flower in your arrangement. Okay, so there's our buttons. Now to finish this arrangement, I'm going to add a little bit of eucalyptus. Baby blue euc is the variety that we're going to use. It's a spiral euc, but look at all the laterals. I mean, tons. So we're just going to take this. This is also going to give us a different shade of color in your foliage. So just kind of a fun, pretty shade of green tucked in. I'm actually going to use this whole piece, and I'm going to go back here in the back. It gives us just a little bit more fullness back there. That pretty pop of color. So the flowers that we use today include those beautiful white hydrangeas. We used Bells of Ireland as our line flower. White magnum mums, which are those real large mums, bigger than the size of your hand, a really large, pretty mum. We used white buttons, maroon hypericum berries, and red heart roses. The foliages we used include a Jade, which is that palm branch that we used, and we used Italian ruscus and a touch of this baby blue. And there you have it. There is our beautiful arrangement that will go in front of a podium, I believe, for a graduation ceremony. If you have any questions about how we make things here at our flower shop, please don't hesitate to ask. We are so happy to answer any questions you might have. I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, please be sure to drop down below. There should be a button that you can hit, and there's also a little bell that you can hit so that you can get notifications for when we have a new video up. Guys, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you soon.